Look what I was reading right here in today's edition of the Dallas Morning News. On the front page, there is this article. See what this is about? It's about a tragedy that happened south of the border, our good neighbor to the south, in Mexico, the city of Monterrey. The drug dealers there, their version of their bottom feeders, went to a casino and for whatever reason, they locked the joint up, doused it in gasoline, resulting in 52 people being murdered, most likely burned alive. A most hideous, heinous crime committed by people who only deserve a bullet in their head. That's what they deserve. It's a tragedy, national tragedy for the country of Mexico, the city of Monterrey, and for civilization, for civilized people. Well, the president of Mexico, President Calderon, he gets on television addressing the nation, which is a good thing to do when a tragedy like this is befallen upon your nation. And during his speech, it's something like 52 minutes, guess what, kids? He blames in part, guess who? That's right, these here United States of America, that big neighbor to the north of his country, with all those gringos. That's right, we're to blame in part, so says he, because of the abundance of weapons in our country. We got them all over the joint. That's the reason why they're killing each other in Mexico, so says he. And because we seem to be the #1 country in the world that consumes illegal drugs. Now, whether we're #1 or not, I have no idea. But it is a big problem here in the United States. And we do have a lot of weapons in these United States. But because of our weapons, and because of our low-life bottom feeders, drug dealers, and the people who are addicted to them, that's no reason to blame us for the tragedy that hit your country. You want to know who you're to blame? You! Well, not you specifically, but you blame your country. So you're trying to say that the violence that's hit Mexico is because of the drugs in the United States, because of the weapons in the United States. To which I have to say, really? President Calderon, I suggest you perhaps may want to read this book, 1491. For those of you in the United States who were educated in the public schools in the last 30 years, allow me to explain the significance in this title. This was the year before Christopher Columbus landed into the Western Hemisphere, the year 1492. Basically, from that point forward, a lot of the ills in this hemisphere from 1492 to date, they blame it upon European culture. However, this book explores the indigenous culture in this hemisphere prior to you nasty Europeans coming here polluting and savaging the hemisphere. Guess what, kids? They were doing the same thing. Yeah! The same barbaric behavior as their European cousins were engaged in across the Atlantic, the natives here were doing virtually the same thing. See? Proven once again that violence, you cannot attribute it to a particular continent, a particular race, a particular people. Only you can contribute it to what race? The human race. No matter where humans have polluted this planet from one continent to the next, guess what they brought, kids? Violence. That's the nature of the beast, because a lot of us behave like beasts. But never mind 1491 and before. Let's talk about current history. Do you think maybe perhaps people have a propensity to dealing in drugs to get fast cash in Mexico? Not so much because of those idiots to the north, but perhaps because you deprive your people in Mexico of participating in the wealth of Mexico. Now, we all know the majority of the wealth is in the hands of a few people in Mexico. The oil industry in the hands of a few people in Mexico. We all know that your good people have to go north to the border to eke out an existence for themselves and their families. Does that not embarrass you that you cannot provide for your own people? Excuse me, that you will not provide for your own people because you have the resources, you have the know-how, you have the money to do so. But instead, masses of your people are being deprived, having to engage in drug traffic, having that go to the north. But all some of you could do is Why, you people in the United States with all your guns and your bottom feeders who take drugs, you're the cause of the problems in this hemisphere. Yeah, there's the problem, so says they. No, that's not the problem. Because if all the guns and the drugs, the people in the United States who take drugs was the reason, then would it not stand to reason that we would have more drug violence in this country than you have in your country? When was the last time a casino was burned to the ground where 52 people burned alive in the United States? How many beheadings took place in the United States that take place there in Mexico? Please, per capita, your violence seems to be at a higher rate than this violent, lawless, gun-filled, drug-filled country of these here United States of America. So, Mr. Calderon, so please the next time you look to establish the root of the ills in your country and the murderous behavior, don't look north of the border, look within your borders. All right, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. And to the good people of Mexico, and there are a preponderance of you there, our heart goes out to you for having to live in such conditions. God bless all of you. We'll see you.